Hey everybody, it's Doc Green, the Road Scholar out here. Okay, I'm on my way up here to Pennsylvania. I picked up my load yesterday. I'm heading on up to Pennsylvania. Ran into a problem this morning doing my pre-inspection. I have an air leak on the back of my truck. The timing is perfect. Right at the beginning of the 72-hour safety check, I get an air leak. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, you know, you can fix that real cheap and everything. Look, I believe in keeping the economy going. So I bring my truck over. I got a maintenance account. I bring it over here to TA. Dart handles everything. They got it scheduled in. It's supposed to go in there next. Then they're going to fix the truck, and then I'll be back out on the road. Where the air leak is, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Brakes are working fine. Air pressure's keeping up, but there is definitely a constant leak on the back of the truck. I'm not a mechanic. I'm a driver. I don't want to be a mechanic. If I did, I would have went to school and been doing that and stayed at home all the time. I do not want to be a mechanic. I like being a driver. So I'm going to bring my truck up here to the experts, and I'm going to let them handle it. Now, I know a lot of drivers say, well, that's an easy fix. Or they'll try to tell me, even like if I got fuses that are messed up on my truck, I know, pull it out, put in another fuse and everything. The thing is, I'm half blind, and some of them fuses I just can't reach. So you know what I do? I take it to the experts. Now, am I wasting a lot of money? Look, it's not worth it for me to sit here and get all frustrated and try to get the right tool and pull and looking behind wires and try to read a little panels if we got writing that big on it and everything. I don't do that. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going, well, that's a waste of money. Hey, you know what? Keep your money. Do your own thing. Do your own fuse change, all that. I get it. I'm not doing it. I got enough money where I don't have to do that. I make enough money where I don't have to, and I believe in keeping the economy rolling. But today, yeah, my problem is I had an air leak. And I'm going over everything in my truck because, DOT, I'm going over things. Normally I do my light checks and I do my air, tire checks. And I walk around, make sure nothing's major, no lights are out. And I'll check my fluids, everything. But because of DOT and everything, I'm going through the whole thing. I did the brake check, the making sure it's not siphoning off enough air in a certain amount of time and stuff. I went over, I'm doing my windshield wiper thing. And not only did my air go bad, or I got an air leak, my windshield washer fluid quit spraying this morning. I don't know why, but you can look at my windshield, and that is one thing I cannot play with. And drivers, y'all know, you know how it is. You be out here, and we drive, hundreds of miles a day, so we're gonna have to wash our windshield a couple times a day with the windshield wiper, bugs and everything during this time of season. So I'm gonna have them look at that, and my dash lights aren't coming on. I know that's pretty much going to be a fuse, but since they're doing everything else, I'm going to have them check that out too, because I'm not going to be jacking with it, since I've already got it in here at the shop anyway. I do have a question on my trailer though, because this is my trailer. Whenever I got the air pressure on and everything works fine on the trailer, everything. But as soon as I release the air pressure, it immediately starts siphoning off. And I know trucks do that, but I've never seen one siphon off quite this fast. I mean, this thing is as soon as I release it, it's instant. But when it's pressed in and the pressure's going, everything, there's no leak or anything. You can hear one, and it rides just fine. So I don't know. I've never seen one leak off that fast after being disengaged. But I'll, do a check again once I get all loaded up and everything. So it's been a pretty good day. I love the weather out here. Guys, Dart lease. Now, I've had some of you email me, and some of you leave messages on my Facebook page, and I've had some of you leave me messages on here asking me how the Dart lease works. I don't like getting into it because what I'll post today may change in 2 or 3 months, and people see this old one and say, well, you told me this. Yeah, but this is as of today. My Dart lease, I'm paying about $75 a day for my truck. And I know a lot of people go, well, that's too expensive. You know what? I didn't put any money down. I didn't do a credit check. I didn't have no money out of my pocket. So I don't care. I make enough money to where I can take a week off, come back. 2 days later, I'm back in the black. So I don't care about paying $75 a day. They keep me running hard. They keep me. I max out my hours, as I've shown y'all through all of my statements and everything, and I talk about on here. They keep me maxed out on hours. They'll run me. If I run out of hours before I deliver my last load, they just tell the customer, hey, he's going to be 34 hours later than planned because he ran out of hours. Dart just keeps you rolling the entire time. They don't do like some of these other companies and shut you down if you've got like 10 hours left and the next run is going to take 15 hours. They'll say, well, you shut down, get your 70 hours back, and then we'll give you something. No, they'll run you those 10 hours, make sure you make that $600, and then shut you down or you get shut down for 34 hours. As soon as you're back up, boom, you're back in. You're rolling again for the last 5 hours to make another $300 instead of wasting 10 hours getting shut down. Then you go back on, and then we got to find you a load. And I know I don't talk bad about a lot of companies I've worked for. I had a problem with a couple of companies, and those of y'all that followed me for a while, you're aware of the problems with the Merrifield. But Merrifield ended up in the end, they did me right. They sent me my money they owed me. They paid me really well and everything, and I have nothing bad to say about them. So really, the only company I've ever worked for that I could talk bad about, whenever I first started, I was with FFE. You know guys how it is. When you first start, you got to drive for the big guys that can self-insure themselves and everything, and you get screwed over for a little bit, then you learn the ropes, and then you go out and you start switching companies, and you fall for a few of the big companies, what I call limuses, because they lie in the promise, so they're limuses, and you get out here and you figure it out after a couple of years, so, but I can't fault FFE or JB Hunt for the, because that's when I first started, and I was learning, and they taught me a lot, training and everything, and I don't care what anyone says, JB Hunt has some of the best training out here. That they are definitely strict on their rules and everything, or they were when I was working for them. The only company I can really say that I've worked for a lot of different companies and everything, and some I left because I had other ideas or plans or anything, and then what they were doing wasn't what I wanted to do. So, but the only company I can say that actually did not work out for me at all was US Express. I mean, my God, that was the worst company I have ever worked for. That's the only company I will talk bad about after leaving. And I don't care who gets mad about what. I'm telling you, they could not keep you. I'd run one day, they give me like 600 miles, and oh yeah, we'll have your load ready for you the next day, and then they shut you down for 24 hours. Well, we don't have anything coming out of that area. And well, you gotta wait. So you waste a whole day, and if you're on a lease program, you paying for that day. I wasn't on the lease program, I was a company driver. I was getting ready to go lease, but I gave them a try as a company driver first because I wanted to see how it worked out. It did not. They did not have the freight. They did not have the ability to keep me running. I couldn't even clear. There were some weeks where I didn't clear a check at all with them. So I'll tell you now, do not do US Express. Oh, they got a 1-year lease program. Yeah, and that truck is pieces of crap. I'm here to tell you that it's a piece of crap trucks. I've talked to the drivers who tried them, and every one of them says, man, a lot of them have lost their trucks and had to go somewhere else because they just couldn't keep the truck running to keep the runs. You only get to run every, you're running about 1,500, 2,000 miles a week anyway with them because they suck on getting freight. And then out of that time, your truck goes down, so you're losing days in there getting your truck maintained. And some of these guys said they were breaking down every other week. I mean, it was ridiculous. So no. Do not do US Express. Dart lease. I have had zero problems with Dart. I've tried to figure it out because I'm so used to looking to figure it out. Every company I've worked for before is always figure out some way to scam a little money off the top. Dart, they told me exactly what I was getting into, how much my payments were going to be, how much I pay for all my systems and everything. And of course, I was expecting, well, yeah, but every company says they keep you running, but I'm going to lose somewhere. Dart has kept their word 100% of the time. If my truck has a problem, they get me into the shop right away. My maintenance account has fixed everything and still got $5,000-$6,000 left in it. And you got to remember, I've only been here about 4 months, so my maintenance account was built up fast. And freight, they kept me moving on and everything. So here's what I do. I average out, from what I was averaging, about $200 a day. The first 200 miles I drive a day belongs to Dart. That's the way I look at it. Between fuel and payments and the equipment rental for ELDs and the insurance and your tags and everything, I calculate the first 200 to 200. Well, I did the first 200, and I realized it's about the first 250 a day goes straight to Dart. But they average me anywhere from about 550 to 600 miles a day, 650 miles a day. So the rest of the money, anything I can make past that first 250 goes into my pocket. So that's how I average it out. 250 miles a day, the first 250 miles is theirs. So if they send me a load over, it's only like 300 or 400 miles, and they have done that, it's usually followed up, boom. I mean, as soon as they've sent me over 2 loads at a time. One would be for 350, the next one would be for 450. And it's got to be completed by tomorrow afternoon. So I know I can get both of those done. So I take it, A lot of guys say, no, I don't want the little short runs. It's still 800 miles in a day and a half. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus I got another load ready for me as soon as I'm done with those two. I've never sat at Dart and waited on a load. Every time I'm within 100 miles or 150 miles or sometimes even 300 miles of my drop point, they've already got me pre-dispatched on my next load if I accept it. Now, I don't have to accept it. That's a good thing about Dart too. They don't hold it against you. It's not like some companies, because I turned down one load, and the only reason I did is because I just wanted some time off. I just needed a break. But I've turned down one load with Dart. They immediately came back and shot me another load. Boom, here's another one for you. And I turned it down. And then I realized, okay, they're going to keep sending these until I explain to them I just need a day off. But I called them up. They said, not a problem, Mr. Green. And they cut it down. They said, when will you be available? I told them. They sent me a load 10 minutes later for when I was available, when I was going to be available the next day. I mean, it's just the way they work. Now, if you turn down 3 loads in a row with them, they'll call you up and ask you, where do you want to go? Because we've sent you everything that we can figure out that works within your hours, so there's something they're not understanding. Or you can call them ahead of time and say, hey, guys, this is where I'd like to go out to this area next. And they will do their best. Now, it may take them one load to get you back into the lane to go that way, and then you go that way or whatever, but they're going to get you back in that direction. Dart does not work in the West. Not that I know. I know when I start for them, everything is 35, I-35, and east. I've went up near New York twice since I've been with them. Everything else is pretty much, they're in the mid-east, Midwest area, and they're real strong out that way. You know, Kansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, all the way Idaho, Ohio, Illinois, all that area. That's where they mostly keep us at. Now, I go up to Pennsylvania, and I got some friends up on the East Coast, so when I'm up there, sometimes I'll take time off, go see them. You know, but Dart has been really, really, they've been completely honest. I really can't say anything bad about it. And a lot of people say, well, yeah, you're not going to say anything bad because you know they'll come down on you if you do. Guys, y'all need to go look at my videos in the past. If a company starts screwing me over, I put it out there, and I don't apologize about it. I won't. A lot of people go, well, how does Dart feel about you doing videos? I don't really know. I didn't ask them. This is my channel, and I have the freedom of speech. I'm not like some of these people goes, and I've seen some people get threatened, for doing videos and stuff. First of all, I'm not going to lie. Not for them, not on them. A lot of you guys see my videos, and y'all see when I get upset with the company or something, sometimes it's just me. Sometimes it's the company. But the company and me, we have a talk, we figure it out and everything. I come back and I'll tell you what happened. I haven't had that problem with Dart. So I keep running hard. I keep running good. I keep safety. They're really good on safety. They're not going to tell you to run illegal. You don't need to run illegal. Now, a lot of people say, well, Doc, how much money do you make in a week? I average about $1,400-1,500 a week, average. Some weeks are higher, some weeks are lower, because like I screwed up last week, and y'all go back and see my video where I didn't do my full 34-hour restart, so then I'm fighting the clock for the next 5 or 6 days, so I ran out of the hours again. That was on me. That was not on Dart. That was on me. And I've also screwed up on on one sleeper berth split. That was on me, not on Dart. So I don't get mad at Dart. My check last week, how much did I get paid last week? After I calculated everything, it was a little over $900. More than I was expecting, because I really screwed the pooch on the whole week. But still, $900 for as few hours as I drove, man, I'm good with it. This week is going to be a lot better. I've already started off a lot better. Now, I'm down right now, but I'm off duty, so this ain't counting on my 70 hours. So I'll still get all my runs in this week. And as soon as I get the load fixed and my tractor fixed and everything, I'm back out on the road and I'll be running again. So, like I said, you're going to be moving about $250 a day, the first $250. Now, on days that you're off, of course, it's not that high. You're just going to pay the rental fee for the equipment, and days I'm off, I spend about $125 to $135 a day. I could calculate exactly. I just haven't. But I'm not really worried about it, because I know as soon as I get back in the truck, even after a week off, 3 days later, after all the payments are doing everything, the third day I'm back out, I'm already making money again. So third or fourth day. So I'm not really worried about it. I probably need to keep a little bit better track of it and everything, but as long as it falls in what I'm expecting, I'm good. So that's it for this video. It's 15 minutes. Goodness, kind of went off on this one a little bit, but I just want to let y'all know what was happening. And remember, we're in the middle of that 72-hour check right now. Safety inspection for today, tomorrow, and the next day. So if you got anything wrong with your truck, get it in, get it fixed. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.